Oh my God. Well, we got to start with something other than my song because I didn't get a warning yesterday. That means some cuck out there is really, really freaking pressing my buttons. And I mean, bro, this freaking thing is free as of right now. Like, it's not even subscriber mode. So, for you cuck McGucks to get that upset over my song because my song is cooler than yours, you might want to go talk to somebody about that. So, I'm going to start ending the show with my song. And yeah, that's the way to get around that, hopefully. As life's a bitch and you marry one until you don't. And May's been great, guys, at the end of the day. And God willing, it stays freaking great because yeah, we're doing our work. They just got to do theirs. Speaking of doing theirs, that cuck McGuck yesterday, McLean had 6 strikeouts through 3 innings and shit the damn bed. At the end of the day, they got to show up and do their work. We did ours as we still cashed on Luzardo as well as Sheehan. Let's get into it, guys, before Mikey Mike jumps on and we talk hitting props, as we're going to once again just hum through the guys that I'm looking at. Some of them are going to be quick, man. I don't waste time on all of them. Like, first guy we're going to talk about, if you haven't already, smash the like button. And if you're new to this channel, hit the subscribe button, is Griffin Jacks. At the end of the day, guys, it's a back-to-back. They jumped him fucking up a strikeout. There's no way I can bet a guy they jumped up on a strikeout, even though that's the only fucking way. The reason why I can't is he hasn't pitched more than 66 pitches in his last 2 games. 66, then 62. Until they take the training wheels off, I can't look to bet more than one per inning. And fuck, I thought they were going to open them up last week. I talked about pulling them down to 5 and, riding them that way, just bet the 5 or pulling them down to 4. But nah. He went out there, murked them, put up a 6-pack, and now you're going to have to pay for a guy you don't even know how long he's going to be out there. So Griffin Jacks was just an easy pass for me, yet the books are telling you it's over or nothing. The next guy we're going to talk about, hence the reason why we started the show with the Undertaker freaking music, and that is Ashcraft versus the Cubs. And what in the hell is going on in this? Red flag, guys. He has hit the over 5.5, 7 of 10 games this year. That is a minus 150 at, like, just straight up without taking in the past history. Yet we're getting a minus 103, as he did have a 9-pack versus the Cubs back on April 11th as a 4.5. And they're ignoring the past history, guys. If we add in the past history, we should have a 6.5. So yeah, he he right there, I don't bet unders. If you watch this show, I'll start betting unders if I can see what the books are doing. And if they're wanting you to bet the over, I will go with the multi-billion-dollar corporation. And that's what I think I'm getting at, guys, is when we look at the metrics, we see a guy in the zone 2.5% more than league average with bad zone contact while throwing first pitch strikes 4% better than league average. So, so we're going to run through this lineup. Who is going to freaking swing first pitch? Everybody but Bush and Crow. Okay. Well, to make sure I'm saying that right and wrote that right, let's go check that out. Who is going to take, because I write different ones for each one on the first pitch. That's like, bro, it gets confusing sometimes. First pitch, Horner, where are you at? So yeah, the only two that are actually going to swing first pitch are going to be Crow Armstrong and your boy Bush. Everybody else is going to take pitches versus a guy who throws first pitch strikes 4% better than league average. Okay. And then we get through, well, the guy's in the zone 2.5% more. We once again have 7 fucking guys who's going to take pitches in the zone. Not adding up, bro. And then we get into the zone contact. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 9 projected worse than league average when it comes All right. Well, hopefully it stays on. I don't know where I went off. If someone in the chat could let me know. All right. But at the end of the day, guys, they're ignoring the 29.5% pass history of Ashcraft versus the Cubs. They're ignoring his past 10 the way he's been. And it's under or nothing for me right there, just off of it's a multi-billion-dollar business, guys. At the end of the day, if you're trying to fade them, good fucking luck. Now, do I have the balls to bet the under? That's going to be the question. As when we do look at his splits, he is dominating lefties at a 30.5% strikeout rate compared to just 21% from the right-handed side. So we go through it. Horner, dead spot. Bush, 1.5, as he has struck out 5 of 8. Swings, he will swing first pitch. Zone swing percentage takes, and his zone contact is ass. Bregman is another dead spot. Hap, 1. Then we get into Suzuki, another dead spot. Conforto, 1. Kelly, another dead spot. I've got 4 fucking dead spots. That's what the books are seeing, guys. And at the end of the day, I'm just going to have to just plug my nose and fucking bet it. I see what the books are seeing. There's no such thing as free money. And I believe that the free money side is the over on Ashcraft. And I will be with the multi-billion-dollar corporation on the under if this is the lineup we get. Next guy we're going to talk about is going to be Burnsy versus the Mets, or at the Mets, actually, as he is better on the road. Burns is 7-3 to the over 6.5, which once again can equate to a -150. Yet we have -111. As his K percentage goes up versus lefties, they also do hit him harder. We have no pass history, a team average K percentage, yet they're not hitting the broadside of a barn. As Burns is out the zone 3.5% more than league average, elite zone contact, chase contact, with the issue with first pitch strikes, as obviously he's out the fucking zone. So I'm looking for guys who are going to swing first pitch, guys that will swing, as well as guys who will chase. And when we run through this lineup, it's once again a whole lot of shit once you come to the metrics that say no. We're going to start off with, I don't know how to say the kid's name at the top. It's like Benji, something like that. This guy is elite at everything. He's going to take first pitch. He's not going to swing, and he's not going to chase. Then we get into Bichette, who will do the exact opposite and do everything. Like Bichette, Vientos, and Torrance. Those are 3 guys in this lineup who are going to swing first pitch, swing at everything, as well as chase. Now, guys like the guy up top, Benji, is going to be Soto and Ewing. These guys don't swing first pitch. They don't swing at everything, and they don't chase. They're going to work the fucking counts. Then we get into Beatty. He will swing first pitch, but he will also work the fucking count. Where Melendez is going to work the count, but if you get him to 2 strikes, will chase. So all in all, the metrics say under with 3 dead spots, but let's just run the pitch mix right quick. Dead spot on the metrics with the guy up top is also a dead spot with his pitch mix. Bichette, by all the metrics, says he should go down, but he don't whiff to a slider or a fastball. Okay, so he can be got. He's a half. Then we get back to Soto. Elite at all the metrics, doesn't whiff at the freaking slider fastball. It's a dead spot. Beatty, I've got him down as 1, as though the metrics say he doesn't swing and chase. He does whiff to a 4-seam and a slider with near league average to a changeup. So I got him down for 1. Vientos. This guy's a 1.5, damn near a 2, guys. As we talked about it yesterday with our boy Gorman, he struck out the first 2 times. Vientos swings at first pitch, swings at everything, chases, has a 45% whiff rate to a slider and a god-awful whiff rate to a fastball. He's 1.5 at worst, if not 2. Ewing is a half, strictly because his metrics are elite, but he does have a 52% whiff rate to a slider, and we know this is a slider, so you got to put him down for a half. Then we get into Simeon, who's also a half to me because he does whiff to a slider, where we get into the bottom of the lineup, where I've got 1-1 from Torrens and Melendez. Melendez is whiffing at a fastball 39% and a fucking slider 51%. Just bet this guy to strike out his at bat when it comes. If it's anything above plus 130, he's going to strike out, guys. Torrens is also as well. He whiffs at a 50% to a slider, though doesn't whiff to a fastball. All in all, guys, this dude, like I said, is better on the road, striking out lefties at a 38% clip and righties 32.5% when on the road. I've got 6 on a bad day. As like I said, I've got Beatty and Soto as dead spots. He can get Bichette. He can get Beatty, or Benji, not Beatty. Benji is a dead spot. He can get, I do have him getting Beatty. Vientos is going down 1.5, if not twice. And shit, dude, how does he go over? He can get him fucking 3 times. But at the end of the day, I'm just going to keep this one off because I don't see no clear-cut way in, as 2 dead spots in the top 3. It's just not my way of getting into a game. Then we get into a spot where I thought I wanted to get in, but I think I already figured out the way I'm going to bet it. And that is going to be Joe Ryan, as he is just 5-5 to the over 5.5 and 3-7 to the over 6.5, as we're on his fucking 6.5 and some good plus money. As at the end of the day, like, why did they jump him this high? Okay, he struggles versus lefties. It's a lefty dominant lineup. And Benintendi's the only one with past history and has only struck out 0 of 20 times. Well, there's a first for everything, motherfuckers. At the end of the day, guys, you could ride zone contact. You could ride chase contact. They both can pay the bills at a different percentage, both over 60%. I like to wait when they both line up, or preferably the chase contact is those hit at the fucking. They both line up, it's hammer spot. If it's chase contact, that's just hits better for me. So we run this projected lineup. We got a dead spot in Antonasi. Murakami is 1. Vargas is a half. Montgomery is going down. Meredith a dead spot. This is where we get to Benintendi. Minus 159 to strike out today. Hasn't struck out in 20 at-bats to Joe Ryan. I'm telling you, he is striking out to Joe Ryan today for the first time. I told you guys the other day Arenado was going down to Ray. I bet Ray's over. Ray only struck out Arenado. Sometimes I need to just listen to myself, guys. This is a different Benintendi than he has been all his career. His chase contact is league average for the first time ever. Zone contact is garbage. He is whiffing to his pitch mix where he ain't whiffed to it in prior years. We talked about it with Frazier versus Cease, certain guys. These are different guys now, guys, and Benintendi's going to strike out today. Peters is a guy with good chase contact, bad zone contact. Romo is a kid we got some plate appearances at, whereas zone contact's good, chase contact bad. Then we've got a kid in the freaking 9-hole with absolutely nothing. So what I'm getting at is I do have 5 of the 8 projected pointing yes to the over on zone contact, but I only have 4 of the 8 pointing to the over on chase contact, and the past history of Benintendi actually bringing it down. So if I do anything in this spot, I'm going to throw Benintendi to strike out on a parlay today, guys. And if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't, but it doesn't hurt me. A spot that I thought I wanted to back, I'm just going to let him go. We've got Mikey Mike here. I've still got a lot of guys I can talk, so I'm going to let Mike come in, talk his freaking guys, and then let him go, and then hammer these guys out before I go to work and not make them wait. But before we get to that, after hitting, we're going to talk Schittler, Harrison, Leiter, and Nola as, yeah, and I might bet me some fucking Aaron today. I ain't bet that fool in 2 fucking years, and it was versus the fucking Padres. Sometimes you just wait for that ace in your back pocket, dog, and I think I got it. And said if I'm not, I'm going to pay some good plus money for it. I ain't paying no juice. No juice.
Why don't you just chill?
No buts too.
Link and I are cruising the mountain, bro, and we figure we's a little juice.
No, whizzing the juice.
We's the juice.
No, whizzing the juice. No, whizzing the juice.
Chill, bud.
No, he's in the juice.
What up? What up, my man?
Man, still trying to get used to the time change, bro. I slept like 5 hours a day while I was out there, just exhausted right now.
I
Came
bet.
right back, fucking flight problems because of freaking shit in Houston. Got delayed like 5 hours. Got home at midnight and had to work the next day. So it's just been.
Yeah, but your boy Donkey Dick went out there and cracked a yardstick in his first fucking at bat. So there goes my Nerfy. Not that I'm holding the grudge against him, but I said, man, at least Sharpie's got to be having a good time watching Ohtani send it fucking yard right away. Dude.
It was even better when I saw on Sports Center that was only the second time in history it's ever happened that a leadoff hitter who's starting the game has hit a home run, and Ohtani's done it both times.
Wow.
So I was there, bro. I was fucking there.
His K's though, what do you have? We had 4 of them, right? He had 4 strikeouts, if I'm not mistaken, and
all when the shadows were there.
Yep, and then of course the bomb and a victory. So hey man, hope you had a great time. Welcome back.
Had a great time.
It's time that we attack these fucking ribeyes, man. It's red meat time. Memorial Day kicks off red meat season. We're grilling up a 4-pack today. I'm ready to go. I'm going to go back to this guy because yesterday I had him and I thought he was a good look, and frankly, he let me down, but it's Mr. Kurtz. First name, Nick. Got to be careful with that one. As it relates to Major League Baseball, however, yeah, the guy's been on fire. You know, some recent struggles, maybe a little, I don't want to say struggles, but, you know, it's kind of like which one of the guys is going to go fire at yardstick in that game out there. And, you know, when you see that, the stadium obviously is incredibly conducive to runs, right? So we know that right now coming into this thing. Now it's just a matter of like, all right, well, how do we get there? How do we get to the window with it? And I just think when you look at this one here, it's more of a factor of saying, okay, well, this guy's been reasonably consistently inconsistent. I don't know, but he's got Emerson Hancock, right? And, you know, I was just looking at it thinking, I do like the Seattle side in this game. So I don't want to over inflate what I think is going to happen on the Athletic side, but it is a coin flip in terms of pricing is concerned. So there should be some runs. The guy's a lefty. And, you know, if you're looking at Herbie Hancock, you know, he's pretty average, 240 righties, 220 lefties. This was a guy that I had circled for yesterday that didn't get there for me. And, you know, it's him or Langoliers. It's like one does one, the other one does the other, back and forth. So be it. And then some here. But I like Mr. Kurtz, and he's plus 145. I got 2 145 price tags to kick it off here. He's hitting a team best 307 against against righty pitchers as well. So I like the lefty righty combo. I think that gives him the edge in game number 1 here for the Athletics today.
What number did you get it at?
145, $1.45.
It's a doubleheader, or no?
No.
Okay, I'm stoned, a little bit stoned. You said in game 1, so I was like, oh,
my game number 1, my card, my
all
first.
Right, I was just making sure. I didn't want to type game 1 on there, and then I look like a fucking cuck.
Look like a guy that. Would you not look at the card today? I love that. I got some guys that I'll hear every so often, and they're telling you.
I bet certain guys, bro.
Sure.
Herbie Hancock is not one of those guys, even though he had 14 strikeouts.
Herbie, shout out to Tommy Boy and
Chris Farley, rest in peace.
Dude, I saw some great Chris Farley stuff the other day driving. Anyhow, I digress, but let's take a switch here. Let's go with the other 145. Let's look at this Yankees game. Yankees in Kansas City. What are you going to do, right? I mean, Kansas City's not hitting, so I'm probably going to stay away from that side of things here. The Yankees should shove their faces in the dog shit they put all over the carpet. I mean, there's no other way to say it. And so now you're looking at it, it's Bailey Falter Day. So couple that, you know, look, they got a shit bullpen on top of it. So there should be 4 at-bats, 4 tries for Benny Rice. Ben Rice, Rice-A-Roni, kind of a little under, I don't know. Seems like a little low key. You know, the price tags for guys like, Judge and Ohtani's, they're just cost prohibitive. But dude, here's a guy that is absolute. Now he's behind Paul Goldschmidt. Paul Goldschmidt against Bailey Falter, one of the highest spots on the card today. He's got a 444. So in theory, Benny Rice brings him on home, and you're getting plus 145 to do it. So, look, not the biggest home run threat out there, but when he gets hot, he heats up, and I think it's a good opportunity for us to take a shot with Ben Rice. He's hitting a 250 against Bailey Falter. He does have the advantage, if you will, of the lefty on lefty matchup. 51 at-bats against lefties is pretty much the highest on the team outside of Cody Bellinger, and he's smacking him at a 255. So, again, got a guy that's hitting 444, should get on base in front of him, and a guy that's hitting 250 should be able to bring him home one of the 4 tries at-bats.
I'm not a freaking hitting prop guy, but there's one thing on this show for 6 years I've spoke about. Paul Goldschmidt versus a lefty. In the history since the 1800s, okay? He has the highest OPS versus a lefty. Yeah. He's fucking crushes them. It's just something you play blindly over 1.5 if you're a hitting prop guy, because this dude fucking eats, bro. And you brought it up, and that dude's been hot too. Like,
yeah,
fucking old man's coming back from the dead after a shit year or two. But yeah, something that I just had to talk about Goldie versus lefty right quick.
Dude, he's dominant, you know, and it's because of, like I said, you for the RBI, you either got to get it yourself or somebody else has got to get up there on base. And why wouldn't you want a guy that's, you know, fucking just game changing out there? And he likes being in the pinstripes, like you said. I think there's something to be said. You get them pinstripes on, your chest puffs up a little bit. You're feeling pretty good about yourself out there. So I like it. I think it's a good looking spot here tonight on the card. I'm gonna roll on. I'm gonna go to how about Ketel Marte? Let's take a look at Ketel Marte. So we know Molly and what he can and can't do, and he really can't pitch, but you know, for all intent and purpose, he's still playing a pitcher on television. So that being said, you know, you talk about the numbers, dude. Ketel Marte is fucking stomping the dog shit out of Tyler Mahle. Dude, he's got a 667. It's not just that every time he sees him, he fucking cracks the ball. He's got 8 hits. 2 of them are for homers and 5 of them are driving runs in. So, like, what do you want? I think those are the best numbers on the card. And the fucked up thing about that today is it's plus 175. Plus 175 for Ketel Marte to go out there and send somebody around the bases. And if not himself, why not take a shot for him to go home run? Shout out to you, Hi Mark Water. Appreciate you, my dude. Appreciate you being in here. Ketel Marte, though, I think, again, some big numbers. And I kind of talked about this on the show I did earlier there. We're in that second leg of the season now. So we're starting to get some good data around who these guys are. And you know what, especially some of these guys, like I was really close on a couple of them, but they're struggling so much that it's like, yeah, they're due, but still a little too early to be playing their due games until the 4th of July. But I think some of these guys are just in really great spots to capitalize. They've got great numbers against the pitchers, and they're at that point of the season where they're loose as Mother Goose and ready to go out there and slug some runs home. So I like that. Let's see. I got one more for you guys here. Let's see. You know what? I'm going to go back to this one. It's a plus 200, which I kind of found abnormally high, given that he's in the 9 hole. I gave you guys Nick as the leadoff guy. Let me give you the 9 guy in Jeff McNeil as well. I mean, look, there's a lot of guys on this Athletics team. Now that I look at it again, I'm like, man, do I really still like the Mariners? You got Langoliers, you got Soderstrom. I think of sodomizing him. I mean, that's just like, holy cow, you know. And then you got Zhiloff down there in the 6th spot. But Jeff McNeil gets buried in the 9 spot. He's got the lefty-righty situation that we talked about with Kurt. So what I'm looking at is Hancock sucking against a lefty today. And 137 plate appearances with 277 batting average. McNeil should feel pretty fucking good about that situation. You put him at home, he's cracking a 269. Man, batter versus pitcher. Not a ton of success, but the price tag is what's weird, because there's some guys in the 9 hole that are priced around like plus 295, plus 315s. And yet here he is sitting around plus 200. That just doesn't make sense to me. I feel like something's funny about that number that kind of jumps off the page. I'll go one more. I got a 5th one that I put in a parlay as well. Let's take a look at this. Let me find him here. Let me see what the price tag is right now. Bear with moi as I look for Hunter Goodman and the Rockies. Look at the wind's blowing out at Dodgerville. Hunter Goodman's cracking a 333 when it goes out there. He's got Eric Lauer.
They took him out the game last night. I don't know if he's going to be in.
So I'll add him in there just as the what the fuck. You know, if he plays, he plays. He's got Lauer. Lauer coming in here after getting traded away from the Jays. The thing for me is it just feels like it's Goodman or Moniak. So it's one or the other, and they play the yo-yo game. So I liked him in this game, in this case here. I like him in the third, if he plays, obviously. If he doesn't play, your book should be refunding it. And if they don't, you should be finding another book. But I like to get late night action. I'll be live sweating it around there, looking to make some money with everybody. And if Hunter Goodman can come home with us, let me see. Let me find a number for this guy here. Plus 155. He's in the safety zone. He's in the old boo-boo position for Goodman as well. So I'm going to 5-leg this parlay here today as well. I think this is going to be some good money for us here. I got a feeling we're going to start seeing juice balls. It's that time of the year.
Man.
And it's hot.
It's okay, man. Hopefully they're not in the games I bet, because I don't like fucking games where the ball goes out. Unless they're solo shots, bro, are fine. But yeah, I've got still a lot to still cover and then still to go to work. So let them know what you got going on and where they can find you.
Respect, appreciate you, my guy. Love the background as well. Always grinding, man. I love to see you grinding with us. And looking forward to more, dude. We got a lot coming up here in the Sports Money Network. You're going to be a big part of that here as we get closer to football season on top of it. So let's keep grinding. Let's keep making money. Good health, good happiness, good friends, and good winning fucking tickets, man. Tell your mom I'll be over later.
Oh, wow. I saw my mom, but I don't know if you want her. Yeah. Appreciate you guys all for tuning in, guys. I'm Sharpie, and Mikey just covered the freaking hitting props, and we're going to get right back into the pitching props. I already talked Jacks, Ashcraft, Burns, Ryan, and now it's time to talk Cam Schittler he's at a 5.5. Granted, minus 135 on one book, minus 154 on FanDuel. He's 8-2 to the over 5.5, 6-4 to the over 6.5, as he did see the Royals April 17th as a 6.5 and had 6 strikeouts. As he's in the zone 1.5% more than league average with elite zone contact, elite chase, and ass chase contact. So I'm going to run guys who take in the zone contact, 2% better than league average, as he has elite zone contact, as well as the chase contact. And when we run through this lineup, guys, we're going to have Garcia, who will take, but great zone contact, great chase contact. So I have him as a 0.25. Witt is a half because his zone contact is within that 2% range, but yet he's going to swing at pitches in the zone, and he does have good chase contact. Pasquantino is like Garcia, as also like Isabel. These guys are 0.25s to me. They will take in the zone, but have elite zone contact and chase contact. Perez, like Witt, is going to swing in the zone, have good chase contact, but he actually has really bad zone contact compared to Witt's, but still something we can get at. Jansen, Caglione, both guys who are terrible at everything, where Collins, bad at everything. Bad meaning his zone contact is good, but not good versus this man. Macy is another guy where he's going to take in the zone with semi-good zone contact, so he's a half, where, like I said, Isabel's a quarter. So at the end of the day, I do have him for 5 on a bad day. And that's enough for me not to want to fuck around and find out. I think the line's off. I think it should be a 6.5, but the fact that they show 5.5, I'm seeing it, guys, as okay, his chase contact is ass. There is 6 guys in here better than league average at chase contact. Granted, it's going to come down to how much is he in the zone today, because then he can get the over. So it's just a stay off for me. I get it if you want to bet the over, but I could see a way to the under, and not for me. Now, what I thought was going to fucking be for me today is a guy they jumped up to his first 6.5 of the year. And that's Kyle Harrison versus St. Louis. As he's just 4-5 to the over 6.5 and 6-3 to the over 5.5. So the line should be 5.5 minus 150. As the guy has always had the upside, it just seems like it's finally come. And the only difference that I can see, guys, is his arm angle is 33 degrees, which is higher than any other season by at least 3% his rookie year in 2023, when that was at 30%. When I go look at his slurve and his changeup, guys, it is showing more tighter break. Like, it's not just all over the place. So that higher arm angle is actually playing up to his pitches. So when I run through his pitch mix and I look at his metrics, I'm going to look at for guys who don't swing at first pitch, as he's in the zone quite a bit. Where Harrison is in the zone 1% better than league average, 5% better than league average at first pitch. So we want guys that are going to take guys. As through his career, he's had terrible chase contact, yet this year it is good. So it is something that I do have to pay attention to. So we go through it. Weatherholt, guys, is going to be a guy who's going to take first pitch, take in the zone, bad zone contact with good chase contact. We could put him down for what? Herrera is going to take in the zone. He's going to take first pitch, but he's got good zone contact, good chase contact. That's like a 0.5 at best. Walker, bad zone contact, bad chase contact, but swings. He's one. Burleson is another guy who's just going to be great chase contact, doesn't swing in the zone, but his zone contact has fallen off this year, and he does take pitches in the zone. So he's a half. Then we get into Win, guys, where his chase contact is good, but everything else there says he's gettable. So we'll put him down for a 7.5. For Amin, that's going to be another tough son of a bitch, guys. His zone contact, chase contact is great, but he's going to take in the zone, and he's going to take first pitches, which will put him in spots. Pozo grays out as a dead spot, but he's in the 7 hole. Sagassi is another half, where Scott is a 0.25. At the end of the day, I don't know if this warrants a fucking 6.5. Where yesterday, where I was at least able to figure it out with Sheehan, so I bet it. I've got to figure it out. I can't just bet it just because they fucking say so. That don't work for me. That's like a coin toss. I'm not here to coin toss. May has been a lot better than a coin toss. Thank you, baby Jesus. So I come up with 2, 3.75, 4.75, 5 on a bad day. 5 on a bad day. So it comes down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people are going to take first pitch. He's in the zone 5% better. I mean, I'm 1% better, but he throws first pitch strike 5% better. Maybe I need to redo this, guys, because when he goes up 0-1, he's striking you out 40% of the time compared to just 24% when he starts you off with a ball and no strikes. We've got a lot of guys who are going to take first pitch. The guys that are going to swing first pitch have bad zone contact. It comes down to is it the chase contact, guys, is when I looked at who he's fucking played this year, he's placed one team in the top 8 of chase contact. And that was the Royals. He pitched well that game, but he only had 6 strikeouts. And is chase contact the fucking bugaboo with him? Because if it is, it's a dead fucking under. Like, fuck. We've got 7 guys that are great at chase contact. It's the other spots that we can take advantage of and get in. And that's what the books are saying. It's the other spots, Sharpie. It's not the chase contact. Fuck, you just even said it. You've seen what the books were seeing. I'm seeing what the books are seeing. Son of a fucking bitch. Maybe I just pull him down to 6 because that's where I got him at on a bad day. Or I got him at 5 on a bad day. I got to redo it, though, with the guys who take first pitch because now they're going to put themselves in a real bad bind, especially with the ones who don't. So, yeah, this actually does jump up now that I see what the books are saying. So, lineups pending, guys. Hopefully we get a nice umpire who wants to help us out with a guy who's already throwing first pitch strikes. And it looks like we're backing us some Kyle Harrison, as it might be like how we did Luzardo today, as I think he shoves. I don't think they hit him. They're not hitting some of the nastiest isolated power over their last 200 under a buck. Like, that is disgusting, guys. So, yeah, I'm going to back Harrison today. It's just how do I bet it? As I'm glad we talked this out on the show. Ha ha! Now I see why they gave him his first 6.5. And it's plus monies. We're going to get in the lighter right quick before we end the show with Nola, guys. And yeah, Lighter is a guy where it looked like we're going to have a red flag on his number, guys. They're going to put him at a 5.5 at some straight up pretty much at even money. And then I get into it. And I was like, maybe not a red flag. As he was a 6.5 2 weeks ago versus Houston, only had 6. And then he had a 9.5 versus the Rockies last week and came nowhere fucking close. As he is just 5-5 to the over 5.5, which does equate to minus 110. And then you got to look at the past history. The past history says it should be plus 130 to the over 5.5 as he struck them out 10 of 56 at bats at an 18%. What the fuck? Okay, so maybe not a red flag. Well, we're going to get into his metrics and whatnot, guys. And I think it should have been a 5.5 the first time. I don't think the line was off right now. And where I think Ashcraft, I have to bet the fucking under. I see a pathway how this man gets the over today. As he's in the zone league average zone contact. So I'm going to run. I want guys who swing. And I want guys with bad zone contact as well as chase contact. And we run through it, guys. Pena is bad at everything, so we put him down for 1. Paredes, Alvarez, elite at everything, dead spot. Then we get into Walker, bad at everything. We put him at 1. Mayers is good at zone contact, bad at the other 2. We're going to throw a half. Shoemake is good chase contact, bad at the other 2, so we'll throw a half. Smith struck out 4 of 9 at bats, has bad zone contact, chase contact as well as Cole, but they do not swing at everything. Still, they're 1-1, where Vasquez is elite like Paredes and Alvarez in another dead spot. So do I want to bet a 6 over with 3 dead spots? No, the fuck I don't. But the pathway is there. As Pena could be 1, Walker 2, Meyer, Shoemaker, half. There's 3. Smith and Cole, 4, 5. Can he fall into 6? Yes. But I get the number. I think the number's off by about 30 cents. And I'm not looking to bet that. I'm cool. Where I get it if you're on the over, as I do see 8 on a great day. So, I mean, if you're going to bet them and want a baby ladder, I'm cool. But like I said, 3 dead spots is enough for me to say, not today, fucking Junior. And maybe I should pray about it. And it's probably answering me as I talk about it, as I say that. And you're like, Sharpie, you're crazy. But no, I pray about my bets. I pray about everything. God says he will bless the hand of his people and what they do. Call me freaking crazy. It's actually work. And what I talk about is not pressing and rushing and thinking that I know things. Like, he's given me the talent to wait and to learn and just wait for my spots. And that's where we get to Aaron Nola. And am I fucking crazy for wanting to bet a guy I haven't bet in 2 years? Huh. Maybe not. I'm giving you fair warning. I haven't bet him in 2 years. The last time I bet him was versus the Padres, guys. As his last 4 games, as he hasn't seen them since 2024 versus the Padres, have been 11 strikeouts, 10 strikeouts, 10 strikeouts, 6 strikeouts. Okay, Sharpie, it's not 2024. Okay, Andujar, Sheets, Castellanos, Laureano, Fermin. 5 of the 9 were not there, and Merrill was still not there Merrill was as he was a kid. He was there. Okay, Castellanos has struck out 6 of 16. Okay, got to pay attention to that then. So there's at least 5 of the 9 there that have that say, okay, dude, we can get in. As the only thing that's scaring me straight off the get-go is he has a 35.5% pass history strikeout clip versus this lineup. It's the highest on the board today. Well, why the fuck a 4.5 minus 160 as minus 150 as he's hit that over 7 of 10. He's minus 160. I've seen minus 150s on 7 of 10. But once again, they're ignoring the past history. They're not paying attention to the 35.5% K percentage versus this lineup. I have known through the years that if you have a nasty knuckle curve, you can fucking destroy this team. It's just a pitch that I've known to put in my back pocket and to wait. Sharpie, lots of guys have knuckle curves. Yeah, but they're not nasty. I mean, no bullshit. Aaron Nola's knuckle curve may be the best in the game, even to this day. As I said, I tried to find every reason to tell me, Sharpie, don't bet him. Just let this fucking go. Just let this fucking go. But I don't think I can. And this is what I'm getting at. Is in 2024, the last time they seen him, his fastball was 92.5 miles per hour. It's 92.1 now. Not a difference. His spin was 2307 on his fastball back in 2024. It's 2336. It's gotten better. Okay. Not a problem. His knuckle curve, 2024, 79.1 miles per hour. Granted, it has dropped 1 mile per hour. It is now 78.3. But the spin is still 2605, which is the same of 2024. This is the pitch that puts these dick in these motherfucking piretons. So, maybe I just throw it on a parlay. Maybe I take a dart throw, as what I thought the line should be was 5.5 plus 135. Then I go to FanDuel. It's 5.5 plus 134. It's just the minus 160 juice is scaring me, man. So maybe I should just not pay juice for Aaron Nola and maybe throw him on a parlay to end the night, because and take that dart throw on that 6, 7, 8 little baby ladders, guys. Nothing crazy. As if that knuckle curve is doing what I think it could do, this motherfucker could dance underwater and not get wet, and remind everybody why he is a major league pitcher. He could also get the living shit kicked out of him and remind me why I don't bet Aaron Nola, but his velo and spin still tells me, like, dude, Sharpie, you fucking have to. But the fucking line tells me I should not. So right now, guys, the books are telling me I'm going to have to bet Ashcraft under if this is the lineup we get. I'm looking at I tried to do, I don't know if they're giving me any type of bonuses or whatnot, but I'm looking at Burns 6+ and Vientos to strike out. And maybe I'll just take Vientos to strike out in his first at bat, as it's only minus like 500 right now, 5+. So that's a good parlay piece. Vientos is going down, if not twice, 3 times. He can go down every fucking time that he sees Burns today. Looking to back Harrison, whether I pull him down 1 with the team total altered like we did with Luzardo. This team ain't hitting lefties. This guy's shoving. My only concern here is the chase contact is elite. The only other team he's faced with top 8 chase contact was the Royals, where he had 6 that day. So little bit of a concern why, but I think I understand what the books are doing, why they gave him the first 6.5. If he's getting up 1 strike, no balls, he's striking you out 40% compared to 24 if he starts you off with the ball. We have 5 guys who take. The guys who don't take, 1 of them, 2 of them, 2 of the 4 have bad zone contact. Those bottom, the ones who are good are in the bottom 3, in Pozo and Scott. The more and more I look at this, I think I got to back Harrison, as well as probably going to let Ryan go. But what I may look to parlay is Benintendi to strike out for the first time versus Joe Ryan. I think it's that time, guys. It's a different year. It's a different guy. And I'm talking about that different everything being Benintendi. Then, guys, we got into Cam Schindler. That's going to be a stay off for me. And then Strider. Dude, I don't even know if we talked about Strider. Did we just skip Strider today? Did we talk about Strider? I don't know. I don't think we did. But it comes down to first pitch strikes a lot right now with this guy. 0-1, he's striking you out 45% of the time. 1 ball, 0 strike. It is just 22 or is it 25? 22%. So when we look at this lineup, we only got 3 guys who are going to swing at first pitch. So if this guy's not in the zone, that's going to be a problem. Yet we do have 6 guys who will swing at everything. Granted, they're going to take first pitch. But yet, guys who chase, we still have in his favor 5 more guys. So at the end of the day, 2 guys grade out as elite at everything in Sogard and Durbin, and they're projected in the 5 and 9 hole. It's just, what fucking Strider do we get? Last game, 94.5 miles per hour versus Boston, 95.5 versus the Dodgers, 96.5. The end of the day, guys, I would like to see what Strider we get, but this is a guy where his chase contact is elite, and if you're going to swing the fucking bat, you're going to put yourself into bad situations. So, if this is the lineup we get, 1, 2, 3.5, 4. I still see only 5.5 on a bad day. I don't know if I'm going to get in personally, but I would like to see Strider to even out and become at least the guy that we could bet. I don't know who we're getting. He's been a different guy in every fucking game. Other than he still has elite chase contact stuff, guys. So flip a coin. I mean, Strider can go out there and have a monster day, or he can go out there and run you fucking wild. So if you get an umpire with a big zone, the lean would be to the over. Something that does have me worried about, guys, is his outs are 15.5. Yeah, some juice to it. But his strikeouts are 6.5. You're asking for 7 and 5. Can it happen? Yes. But dude, to ask for that is a little bit too much. So it is what it is till it ain't. I had me a 50-minute show today, guys. Appreciate you all. If you haven't smashed that like button, I will tweet out my action once the lineups come out today. And fair fucking warning, you may not want to tail me on Nola. This is just going back through something I've known for years. And it might just cuck me for betting a guy that I normally don't bet. But then again, I'm willing to bet Merrill Kelly when the time's right. Let's get it, dude. Smash the like. And until tomorrow, we out of here.